Hi there everybody, welcome to another video. Alright, so I am back at home, actually recording this on a Sunday, and it's kind of rainy outside, and so I thought that I would do a mind-body video for you today, a little meditation and chair-based yoga. A lot of you enjoy those, so haven't done one of those for a while, though, so I thought I'd go ahead and do that for you. And I've got some background music on for you. Of course, as always, the usual disclaimers. Go ahead and work at your own pace, the pace that's right for you. Make sure that you do have water, that you're going to stay hydrated before, during, and after your workout. Make sure you have a sturdy chair that's not going to roll or slide. Preferably no handles, and of course make sure that your workout space is free of any clutter or tripping hazards. I've just got socks on, but if you need to have sturdy shoes on, please go ahead and take a moment to do that. And as always, I would love to have you like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, and same thing on Facebook. That would be awesome to have a few new subscribers. Go ahead and leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and let's go ahead and get you started. All right, so we are coming to our chair. Hopefully the lighting will be fine and the music will be fine today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start all the way back in the chair, just relaxing back. You don't have to lengthen your spine at this point or do any kind of tension in your body. We're going to begin with the feet down flat on the floor and the hands just resting on the lap. You can sit back against the back of your chair if you want to, or slightly lean forward, resting on the elbows if that's more comfortable for you. And we're going to begin with just an awareness of the breath. And usually you'll find what happens as soon as you become aware of your breathing, you begin to slow it down. Once you have that consciousness there, you begin to just slow your breathing down. So let it naturally begin to deepen. You don't have to force it or do anything that's uncomfortable. See if you naturally begin to increase both the inhale and the exhale. And then become aware of your feet, the soles of your feet down on the floor, and the feeling of your palms on your lap. And check in with the muscles of your face and jaw and neck. Shoulders, make sure that those are all relaxed. You're not tensing or tightening anything there. Continue to breathe deeply. Now become aware of the muscles of your upper body, chest, back, arms, hands. Of any tension or tightness there. If it's comfortable for you, you can deepen the breathing a little bit more. And now check in with the lower body, being aware feeling of your backside on the chair and your back against the backrest. Releasing out any tension in the hips or legs or feet. Try making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Your body completely relaxed. If you'd like, you can close your eyes, or you can just have a soft gaze a little ways in front of you. your body again to make sure you've let go of any tension or tightness that you're holding there. The shoulders are relaxed all the way down away from the ears. The hands and feet are relaxed. No tension in your neck or back. To continue with your meditation, go ahead and pause the video and you can continue for as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, slowly open the eyes. Lengthen the spine now, sitting up a little bit taller, lengthening the neck. The shoulders are still relaxed all the way down. And you can slowly just nod the head up and down. Always work through your own comfortable range of motion. And now tilting the head to side, ear to shoulder. If you'd like to increase the stretch, go ahead and bring the opposite hand, gently pressing on the side of the head, and then the hand on the same side pressing down towards the floor. Same as the side that you're stretching. And same thing on the other side. Start with ear to shoulder. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, this is optional. Gentle pressure. And then the other palm pressing down towards the floor. And then coming back to center, chin towards the chest, tucking in towards the collarbone, and both palms are now pressing down. And continuing to breathe deeply. Big inhale. And exhale. Head back up and roll the shoulders front to back, full circles. And now windmilling the arms, always front to back, so we're opening through the chest and shoulders. If you'd like to sit back against your chair for a little bit more support now, that's fine. Really focus on that range of motion. Of course, as always, please modify if you need to. If you have any reason to not be going through that range of motion. All right. And then just gently circling the wrists. So you're just going to relax the arms down, just loosely circling, let your fingers be soft. Change direction. And now just shrugging the shoulders up. We're going to intentionally bring the shoulders up towards the ears and release them all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Great job. All right, now sitting up a little bit taller. We're going to rotate to one side using the outside of the leg for leverage. Look over the shoulder here, spinal twist. Breathing. And same thing on the other side. Turn, use the outside of the leg for leverage. Look over the shoulder. And come back to center. All right, let's do our cat-cow. So starting with the hands on the knees, the cat part of it, you're going to round the back, tuck the chin down, tuck the tailbone under as you inhale. As you exhale, flatten out the back. Bring the elbows down to the legs. You can slightly arch the back if you want to. Go back to your cat pose, rounding. And then cow pose, flattening out. Or slightly arching the back. Just stay in comfortable range of motion. Inhale. Exhale. This should be a very gentle stretch. It should feel really good on your back. You don't need to force it any further than you're comfortable. But you can challenge yourself to see if you can slightly increase your flexibility. Good. One more. All right, coming back to neutral spine. Reach all the way up now. Great big stretch, reaching the fingers towards the ceiling, lengthen the spine. And just lean to one side, however far feels good for you. And lean to the other side. And come back to center. If it feels comfortable, you can stretch the shoulders back. If not, just go ahead and release it out. And then go ahead and take a hold of the back of your chair and move slightly forward. From here, we're going to lean forward a little bit, hanging onto the back of the chair. So we're opening the chest and shoulder, but also stretching the back out. And release, bring the hands to the legs, and slowly come all the way back up to your starting position. Move back again. So now you have the back of the chair to support you, and we're going to hold behind one leg, just circling the ankle. Both directions. And then bringing that knee a little bit closer to the chest. If you want, you can bring the head down towards the knee to increase the stretch. And come back up. And now circling from the hip. Change direction. You can hold under the leg if you'd like to have that support there. And we'll switch to the other side. So again, holding behind the leg tends to be a little bit gentler on the knee rather than holding out front so that you don't hyperflex the knee. Change direction. And then lift that knee a little bit higher. Stretch the glute. Option to bring the forehead down towards the knee. And then come back up. Let's circle from the hip. Option to hold under the leg if you'd like to. Change direction. Good. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick hydration break here. And now let's get into a little bit more challenging set of yoga exercises. These are still going to be either in the chair or behind the chair. As always, please work at your own pace. I'll show you modifications where those are available, but if something just feels wrong for your body, please just go ahead and substitute an alternative exercise or use that time for a little extra breathing work. So we're going to start with our figure 4 stretch, which is for the piriformis on the outer part of the glute area. The modification for this one, if you don't feel comfortable or you've had surgery on the hip and you don't feel comfortable or you're not able to bring this foot all the way up onto this knee, is just to cross the ankles, and then the rest of the stretch is going to be the same. So the lean forward will be the same. So the difference is the modification is the ankle cross. If you're okay to go ahead and bring that foot up, you can do so now, and don't worry about if your knee is way up high. If you can get it down, great. If not, that's okay too. That part's not as important as when we lean forward, that we lean with a hip hinge. So we're not going to collapse or round the shoulders or round the back. We're going to hip hinge forward with a neutral spine, which means you might not get as far into the stretch, but that's okay. The important part is feeling that stretch. So outer thigh, outer glute is what we're going for here. Just be gentle with it. Wiggle your toes a little bit. All right, now from here we're going to move into eagle pose. So again, the modification on the lower body is just to cross the ankles if you're not okay with crossing the upper legs. If you are okay, go ahead and move into that position. And then there's the option to also tuck the foot around behind the ankle. Again, these are all just options for you. Do what feels right for your body. So that's the lower body part of the eagle pose. Now for the upper body part, we're going to use the opposite arm on top. So we're going to start right here like so. And then option 1 is to just give yourself a hug. Option 2 is to touch the backs of the hands. Option 3, come back around and see if you can hook the thumbs. Now whichever option you choose, you're going to sit a little bit taller, lengthen the elbows, and look up. And release that out. Great job. All right, so go ahead and just shake out the arms and legs there for a moment, and then we'll go into the figure 4 stretch on the other side. So we're back to that piriformis stretch. I just call it figure 4 because that's kind of what it looks like. Again, you have the option to just cross the ankles if you've had hip surgery and you should not be putting your foot up on your knee. Or if you even have just pain in the hip and you don't feel comfortable doing that. If you're able to do that, go ahead and do so. Again, it doesn't matter if the knee's not all the way down. It's more important about how we're leaning forward. So we're going to lean forward at center. Try not to lean to the left or the right. And again, just go as far as you can. We don't want to collapse around. It's going to feel like a fairly strong stretch. So even if you just move a little bit forward, or even if you don't lean forward at all, that's okay too. Breathe. It's normal to have one side tighter than the other. This side is tighter for me. That's normal. Go ahead and wiggle those toes a little bit. And then let's move into our eagle pose. So if you have just the ankles crossed, you're going to continue with the ankles crossed. If you're up top, go ahead and cross the upper legs now. And then again, you have that option to tuck the foot back around behind. That's your lower body part of eagle. Upper body, again, we're going to do opposite arm from the side of the leg that's crossed. So make sure that you do switch sides. Option 1, big hug. Option 2, backs of the hands touching. Option 3, come back around and hook the thumbs. Then sit up tall. Lengthen the spine, look up. We're just going to hold this for a few seconds. Keep breathing through it. And release it out. Wonderful job. All right, let's shake out the arms and legs. Make sure that we still feel nice and loose and relaxed. Then we're going to come up and do some standing stretches. So let's take a quick hydration break. I'm getting a little bit warm here, so I think I'm going to remove my sweatshirt and just go with a t-shirt at this point. Getting a little bit warmer and toastier. All right, so let's come around behind the chair. I'm going to slide back just a little bit so I stay on camera. And a lot of you know that one of my favorite stretches is the modified downward dog. All right, so for that one, you're going to have a solid grip on the top of your chair. Make sure that your chair is not going to slide or move. If you need to, you can push it up against a wall or something else that's going to keep it from sliding out from under you. Then you're going to take a big step back with both feet. You can go with a little wider foot position than I'm doing if that feels better for you. Now you're going to press your hips back towards the wall behind you. Lengthen your spine. Bring your ears down by your arms. The idea is stretching out your shoulders, your back, your hips, your hamstrings, and your calves. Good. And then slowly step in. Very nice job. Good. Let's come all the way up. All right, go ahead and grab the hands together behind the back. Rotate the shoulders back. We're just going to gently lift here. If this is too strong of a stretch for you, please let that go. Shake out the arms. Next one is going to be cat pose with a side reach. So we're going to have the hands on top of the chair again. This time just taking a small step with both feet. We're going to begin it like we did the cat pose in the chair. So you're going to tuck the chin down, tuck the tailbone under. You're rounding the spine. And then when you come back to neutral spine, you're going to reach one hand up and back. Rotate and look up towards your hand, and then come back to center and return to your cat pose. Round the back, and then do the other side. Rotate, reach up. Comfortable range of motion, but challenge yourself a little bit here. See if you can increase that stretch. It should still feel like a nice stretch. Return to your cat pose. We'll do each side one more time. Good. Once more. And come back to center. All right. Great job. Let's do a little heel raise, toe raise. So you're going to step out to about hip width apart and just lift the heels and then the toes. Chair is there if you need it for balance. Please feel free to use that. And one more. All right, moving into our tree pose next. So we're going to have our standing leg right here in the center behind the chair. You have the chair there for support, and then I'll show you your options on this one. So option one, you can have the toes of the non-standing foot down on the floor. Option two, you can have your foot below the knee of your standing leg. Option three, you can have the foot above the knee of the standing leg. Either way, you're going to open up the hip. I'm going to move my chair a little bit so you can see. You're going to open up the hip as much as you can and then really lengthen your body. Now remember that your center of gravity is now over here. It's no longer at midline. That'll help you if you think about shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Spread out the toes of your foot. Think about even pressure between the 3 points on the foot, the knuckle behind the big toe, the knuckle behind the little toe, and the heel. Makes a triangle there. So spread those toes out. One or both hands to center. Please use the chair as much as you need it. Good job. All right, now if you're feeling really comfortable and you'd like an extra little challenge here, we're going to rotate shoulders and head away from the standing leg. And come back to center. Good. Reset yourself and then go the other way. Back to center, reset, and option to close the eyes if you're really looking for a challenge there. And open, good job. All right, let's shake those feet out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, you can stay right behind your chair. I'm just going to move the chair out of the way so that you can see how we're doing this. Option one, toes of the non-standing foot down on the floor. Option two, foot is below the knee of the standing leg. Option three, foot is above the knee of the standing leg. Open the hip as much as you're able to. And then lengthen your body. So now your center of gravity is over here. If you think about that. Also, finding a focal point helps a lot of people. Or just gently leaning into your chair like I'm doing. I'm lightly leaning in my chair. Now I know this is not going to actually hold me up, but sometimes just having that proprioception there. Now spread those toes out and remember the 3 points of the foot behind the knuckle of the big toe, the knuckle of the little toe, and the heel. They make a triangle. Try to have even weight distribution there. Make your foot as wide as you can. Option to add the rotation, shoulders and head, turning towards the non-standing leg. Extra challenge, come back to center. These are all optional. Now turning the other way. And come back to center, and then option to close the eyes. Extra challenge there. And open. Great job. Nice work. All right. Go ahead and shake out the arms and legs. Grab some water here. Oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun. All right. We'll do a couple more things here. there are a couple of poses that I want to get through. So first one is going to be some of our warrior poses. All right, so we're going to turn this direction. I'm going to do it in front of my chair so you can see it, but feel free to do it behind your chair so you have your chair for support. We'll do both sides. So we're going to have the front foot forward, the back foot slightly turned out so you have a little bit more stability. We're not trying to challenge the balance quite as much on this one. And then we're going to bend the front knee, rotate the shoulders so you're facing towards your front leg, and starting with our warrior one pose. Big reach up, lifting the chest. You can look up towards your hands if you'd like to. And now moving into warrior two. Shoulders are back, chest is lifted up, back hand lifted up level with your shoulders. And then look towards your front hand. And now warrior three, reaching forward. You can stay right there, or if you want an extra challenge, you can shift the weight onto that front leg. Now let's bring the weight evenly between the feet again, straighten the legs, and we're going to walk the hands down towards that front foot. So keeping the head above the heart, very important, but go to a comfortable stretch there. Eyes up, chin up, and slowly walk back up. Very good job. All right, let's come to the other side, moving through our warrior poses on this side. Toes of the front foot pointing forward, toes of the back foot pointing slightly out, and then rotate so you're looking towards your front knee. Bend that front knee, and now our warrior one. Reaching up, chest up, look up, shoulders are away from your ears. Breathing. And warrior two. Rotate back. You can bend that front knee a little bit more if you'd like. Shoulders down, back hand up, and look towards your front hand. And warrior three. Both hands reaching forward, shoulders down. Option to shift onto the front leg if you'd like that extra balance challenge there. And now, evenly between the 2 feet, straighten the leg and walk the hands down. So this is kind of a modification of triangle pose. Head above the heart, eyes up, chin up, coming to a comfortable stretch there. And come back up. Very good. All right, come back to face the front. We're going to do standing mountain to sun salutation. So we're going to go back to that wide foot position, toes flared out slightly, and palms lifted up. Bend the knees. Make sure you're not shifting left or right. Breathing. Good. Now straighten the legs, reach all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. And reach back up and return back to your standing mountain. And come back up, sun salutation, straighten the legs, reach up and forward fold. And this time we're just going to do one more sun salutation. Inhale, exhale. As you come down, slowly folding forward. If you like, you can cradle the elbows. Head above the heart. You can sway a little bit too if you'd like to. Or reach down if you'd like to. And then one vertebrae at a time. Roll all the way back up. Good. And roll your shoulders out. How do you feel? That went really quickly. But the good news, remember, I have lots and lots of videos. We are in the 80-somethings now in terms of our senior videos. We have lots of formats to check out, so go ahead and have a seat. Please feel free to check out my other videos or any other instructor's videos. Make sure that you get cardio, you get strength training, you get stretching and flexibility, you get all those things somewhere into your week. They don't all have to be the same day, but fit them in somehow, somewhere during your week. They're all very important. The mind body is important, but so is the strength training, so is the cardiovascular training. So make sure you check out some of those. All right, let's finish with our final meditation. So remember, of course, your meditation can last as long as you would like. It is completely up to you. Everybody has a different way of what works best for them in terms of meditation. Some people will listen to a guided meditation. There are a lot of really good ones out there. I like to just listen to music. You can count your breathing if that's helpful to you. Or you can have a mantra if you'd like to do that. Any kind of a prayer or anything that is of significance to you. It should feel calming and relaxing. Take some time to make sure that your body is completely comfortable and relaxed, free of any tension or tightness. That you're breathing slowly and deeply. That you're aware of your body in space. Being mindful of how it feels. And if any negative experiences come up, instead of pushing them away, try just sitting with them and watching them. Any negative thoughts or emotions, try just observing them, and oftentimes they will just dissipate on their own. Thoughts are just thoughts. Emotions are just emotions, and they don't define us. Try to be present. Focusing on what's happening here and now, instead of thinking about the past or the future. And when the mind wanders away, just gently bring it back, returning to focus on the breath. Again, please feel free to continue your meditation as long as you would like to. When you're ready to finish, you can lift your chin, open your eyes if you had them closed, and lengthen your spine. And let's finish with our final stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful work, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. I hope that you feel good. Please be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Do what you need to do to yourself well. Remember to hydrate, eat as well as you can. And as I mentioned earlier, get those different forms of exercise in some format throughout the week. And thank you so much for your patience with not being able to create videos as often, but my family situation is starting to settle down a little bit. Got my parents' house up for sale now, so things are progressing, and so life is hopefully calming down a little bit as we move into the beautiful cooler weather of the fall. So again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for everyone that's been hanging with me through the whole thing. You all are awesome. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I will see you in the next video as soon as I can. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.